Welcome to the Tony the Prophet channel for week 17. Here we are in the fantasy championships. And I got to tell you from last week with the NFL, uh, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. It's the National Fake You Out League. I picked Buffalo Bills at home in a smash spot versus the 3-11 Patriots, and they almost blew the game outright, let alone cover the spread. Okay, they needed the Patriots to be stupid and throw a pass, but backwards pass that the guy didn't know where it was, and the Buffalo scored a defensive touchdown. The only way they saved themselves in that game, and that was a disgrace. So I apologize for that. Buffalo should have killed them at home, and it's just terrible. So we take it on the chin on that one. Super unpredictable. Got off to a very slow start, and just terrible. But here we go. We move forward. Denver plus 3.5. I love them getting points. I think I might even put a small bet on the money line. 11-4 against the spread, 6-2 against the spread away. They're better on the road, although they've increased their home record the last 6-7 games through the season. It started off very slow at home. Cincinnati has also improved against the spread, 9-6. They had a terrible start, as you realize. Zach Taylor always starts off slow. Take it to the bank. They started week 1 losing to the Patriots in the smash spot, knocked out 50% of America in the eliminator pool. So, anyways, but Cincinnati 2-5 against the spread at home. They're 7-1 on the road against the spread. We play them on the road. We fade them at home. That's what I'm doing here. Knicks has gotten better every week, and this is a good spot. You're getting 3.5. You have the hook. I have this one. Cincinnati could even win. I think I have Cincinnati winning like 30-28, 31-28. It's a high-scoring game. Denver could pull it out. Here's one of those things I haven't checked. I'm going to check and put $5 to $10. Will the game go overtime? Because this game could very well do. They usually play plus 2,000 or something. You get a nice return, but. So, like I said, official pick will make it Cincy 30-28. Could go overtime. Denver could pull it out and win. Next game, Detroit minus 3.5. There's a team that's been beaten down. They lost 6 people on the starting defense last week. It didn't matter. They had the most people on IR. They got 15, 17 people on IR this season. Doesn't matter. They just keep ticking. Okay. Number 1 in points scored with 33 a game. Detroit D is number 7 in points allowed with 20 a game. You're talking 13 points a game point differential. It's the highest in the NFL. And you're paying San Francisco, who's folded like a cheap tent in a hurricane. Okay. San Francisco D is number 2 versus the pass. Detroit doesn't need the pass, okay? Gibbs is taking up the slack from Montgomery. They're number 15 versus the run. And San Francisco in covering, they've collapsed this year, okay? 5-10 against the spread. 1-6 against the spread the last 7. San Francisco is straight up outright lost 6 of the last 7. So here's the team in total collapse. Guerrero probably be the running back. He's healthy. Taylor did absolutely nothing. I picked him up in a few leagues. Got you like 3.5 points. Thought he was saving the world, but it didn't matter. Detroit 10-5 against the spread, and if you're nervous with Detroit, buy the hook down. You give up a little bit of juice, but at 3, it's easy money. So I have Detroit in an easy game, 31-19. And the next game, again, we're going back to if it's too good to be true, but I can't see how you miss, is I'm taking Indy minus 7.5. It's a good game to tease. We'll talk about that. Maybe the line will go down. You get some crazy people betting on the Giants. G-Men just hapless, playing out the string. Versus Penix last week, total disgrace. the G-men only score 15 points a game. They're 32nd in the league. They're 31st in yards per play at 4.19 yards per play in the NFL. So they're so far behind everybody else. The key to the game is Giants D is 31st versus the rush in yards a game given up. So they're in the full tankathon mode. Locke is horrible. Taylor's going to run crazy. This guy's going to have 100. I haven't checked his prop. I'm going to do that by tomorrow. I'll do it tonight because the longer you wait, the odds go against you on those props. I keep adding yards to it. But he's going to have 100 yards and 1 to 2 touchdowns. So easy peasy. Richardson's questionable. It doesn't matter. Flacco might throw a few picks. He's just as good, and he can throw more pass yards. So he'll get downs going. There may be that Richardson can't do. And Neighbors is questionable. I doubt he plays. Why you play this kid? He's got his whole career ahead of him with the real quarterback. You're going to risk him in a stupid game like this where they have no chance and don't want to win. So Indy 31-14, 38-14, 38-41 to 13, 16, 10. Giants aren't scoring many points. You cover again. You bite on the hook if you're nervous. I think it's not necessary. And then the other games I like, not too many games I like this week. There are a lot of bad games against the spread. I got my other notebook here. But I'm going to take Carolina +8. I've seen some places 7.5. Tease it up to +14. Carolina 5-2 against the spread the last 7. I don't know if you remember the last game about 5 weeks ago. Carolina took Tampa Bay to overtime. And I think that was one of my picks, or was a game I leaned towards for Tampa Bay. And they barely pulled it out in overtime, 26-23. And it was kind of the start of the run with Bryce Young and Tampa started playing well. I mean, Tampa Bay's a good cover team. They have been this year. But, they laid an egg against Dallas in a game that they really needed for the division. It was terrible. 5-2 the last 7 against the spread, and they're actually better on the road. They're 5-3 away against the spread, 4-3 at home. So here's Carolina playing really tough. Chuba Hubbard's playing great. So I had it. I didn't write it down here. I have it on my list. Where is it? Oh, Tampa Bay, 30-27, 27-24. I think you get some points in this game. It's a field goal game. And, 8, 7, 8.5 is plenty of 7.5, 8 is plenty of points. You want to tease it up to +14. That's great. You go through the key numbers of 10 there. I like that game. And as far as the other games, like I said, there's not that many great games. I lean towards Philly. They're playing Lance. He's terrible. You don't have Hurts. Saquon's going to run for the record. That's all you need, I guess. Pickett is bad, but he got pulled off the shelf last week. He got the first team reps. I'm sure they'll pull in his plays, give him a limited amount of plays there, and run Saquon, get A.J. Brown open, take a few shots, even catch him underneath. And, I had that. Let's see, this other notebook. Philly, 23-16, maybe a lower scoring game. Now that Lance is there, they could score, maybe game script moves up. The over-under was 41. Vegas and New Orleans. New Orleans was horrific. I would take Vegas. They play hard for Antonio Pierce. Nothing great. I had it like 23-13. The other team can't score. Buffalo and the Jets -10. After Buffalo, after that, they should kill them. You could tease it down. I'm not betting it. Rams in Arizona. touchdown 6.5 is a lot, even though Arizona's on playing road. You could have that 30-24 and lose by a point. Chargers, New England. New England played great against Buffalo, divisional game. Can they do that again? Line, people don't think so. Line moved from 4 to 5.5. I'm not touching that game. Jackson and Tennessee, the toilet bowl. Two bad teams. It's virtually even. It's like -1. Jacksonville, I think the last time was like 10-6 they played divisional game. I would take Jacksonville, but how can you trust them? I mean, and Miami, Cleveland. Miami should kill them, but this is one of those spots where it's too good. I would tease that down to a 0.5 point. Washington, Atlanta, 4 points is just too much. I don't know. Washington should do well, but I don't trust them against Atlanta. So here's your tease spots. Denver plus 9.5. The Rams down to a 0.5 point. Carolina plus 14. Indy down to 1.5 points. Philly down to 1.5 points. Miami down to a 0.5 point. And Buffalo and the Jets, whatever side you like. If you like Buffalo, take it down to 4. If you like the Jets, take it up to 16. That's a lot of points in a divisional game with a low over-under. I think it's 42. And so that's it. So good luck. Good luck in your fantasy championships. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. And hopefully with less crazy games on the schedule, I should be back for Week 18. It'll be past New Year's. We won't have Wednesday games. So thanks and have a great week.